Hello and welcome back. Yes, she's inside. Happy days indeed. So we have the dash is out, the loom is off, and we have no things here to stop this girl going down further. So it's the wrong order of things to do, but I just want to put her on and see how she fits, looks, and how far down she's gonna go. Right now, this is further down than she's ever been before. Just gonna massage something real quick. Okay, massaging done, take two. Still sticking. Massage, take two. Righty ho. Firewall massage part 2 has taken place, so we're taking the cowl off because I didn't want to play nice, and taking this firewall part just to a vertical as opposed to all the stuff that bent and stuck out. Left the double skin on there because I assume that's the point at which the cab is going to meet and join. So it'll be a nice double skin to weld to there. So yeah, okay. See if she fits. Oh, there's no gap. Righty ho, we're down more than we've ever been down before. We still a little high, and the cab is too far back. Right now it needs to come forward, and also there's about a 2-inch difference here. The sill is about 2 inches high. The truck sill is about 2 inches high compared to the Explorer Mountaineer sill. Now, to bring it down another inch, I am electing to chop along that line, because as you can see it touches in the middle, you have a gap at either end. So drawing an arc, and I'm going to chop that, so that's going to bring it down an inch, and I think that is where it's going to be. I think that's where it's going to stay. We're going to have a little bit of a raised sill going into the Mountaineer, and I think the right height will be pretty good. I'm going to trim that now, sit it down, see where we are. Look at that when you walk in first thing in the morning. She's damn close. So today, she's fouling right now, I think, on the inner skin that comes off at a V that was connected by the original cowl piece. So we're going to be trimming that back bit down, get that down another inch or so, maybe more, because we're still a little high with this. And today we've also got oh look, a plane! Damn it. Today we've got to start to cut into the central trans tunnel as well to get the actual cab to sit down level, because it's right now, it's like a hot rod. It's up at the back, down the front. So yeah, more. This should be the last day, I would think, of heavy cab cutting. Obviously, I've got to do it again on the bed, but I think today, by the end of the day, we should pretty much have the cab in place. Slowly but surely, we are nibbling away. Where are we now? So, I was trying to keep this whole vent and its swingy downy handle that came down here, but the actual actuation I'm not going to be able to keep because it just comes way too far into this, and I need to keep this for a certain amount of structural integrity. So this has been trimmed down. I don't want to move the ECU, so this is going to stay here for now. as long as ride height, you know, sort of wheel in the wheel well on the front height is acceptable. I'm probably going to be capping this off all the way across. And being honest, I think I'm going to be chopping it right down to the sill there and losing this area, and then building straight out to the actual truck inner fenders there, and I'm probably going to skin those in there. That's probably going to be how it's going to happen, I think. And so we're still getting the cab further down, cut out that center section there so the back can now sit down another couple of inches, moved all the wiring forward, and now we're going to have a bit of a lower down and see where she's at. I put the hood on before, and these structures are going to have to go to basically that line there, so there's not going to be much of those left. So then I'm going to have to figure out, do we use the Mountaineer inner structure, or do we use the F250 inner wing? That will be answered at a later date, so we'll get the cab down. I was saying to my wife before, saying I feel a little melancholy today, and one thing she pointed out to me was, mid-project I always tend to get a little bit like this, because you have your overall concept and then you forget the bits in between that are going to be awkward and are going to compromise your vision. You know, just little things like this whole flap thing, the fresh air intake. I'm going to have to figure out some other way to actuate it, if using it at all. So yeah, it's just, I don't know, I'm definitely at a low point of motivation, because it's the nitty gritty bits and some really big decisions have to be made, and some really difficult kind of decisions have to how do I put this? There's a lot of figuring out of things that are going to have a very big knock-on effect on the final build. You know, do I build out the A-pillar to the truck cab, or do I reinforce the A-pillar on the truck cab to come into the Mountaineer? So there's just lots of really, really big decisions that all tend to fall at one point, and it's right now. And yeah, it's definitely bringing me down a little bit, but so anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know, we shall push on and get through this, and it will be cool. So yay, we shall get the cab back down now. Right, as I think I said before, this line here, basically I put the hood on before, and the outside of the hood sat on here because I want to line up the front fenders with the hood. So everything kind of inside this line the hood sits on and is fouling, so a lot of this stuff's going to have to go away. Plus, as I take those lower parts out, this is all becoming very floppy. So what I did, just ran a quick bar to the front panel. I don't know how much of this is going to be coming off, but I'm going to leave it for now. Ran that bar to there, and then ran 2 bars to the frame, so everything's, you know, just locked up and isn't going to move. So yeah, so I'm going to put the cab back forward now, and then I think next I'm going to mock up some steering column temporary shenanigans. Quick little end of day. As you can see, the hood isn't even straight, but what the hell. I needed a bit of inspiration, so thought I'd throw a few things on and prop them up with bricks and zip ties and all that good stuff. So yeah, got something done. Get more done tomorrow. Right now, pretty much finalised the position of the cab, so that tape on the sill is going to line up with that tape on the truck. So right now, for the rest of today and tomorrow, I'm going to be bare metaling everything that's going to be welded, chopping out the bottoms of the A-pillars there. And one thing I'm doing right now is, luckily with a heat gun, this stuff is tar and not horrendous corrosion, which I feared it may be, and it's coming off with a blade. So, because I'm going to be putting like a cross member in there to strengthen all that up. So yeah, happy days. That's all coming off, and that back wall will clean up nicely. So we've trimmed this side down. This is as far as it's going to get cut. This is all flat now and bare metaled, and that's pretty much where that's going to be once the truck, a pillar slides down over it. I'm going to block off this area where the heater used to draw air in, do a hole at the side here, and then it'll line up with that ductwork there. I've been going back and forth over the design of the top of this whole firewall area, because on a modern car you've got 2 points of contact for the firewall. You've got the front part, and you also have like an inner part. Now on a truck, on an old truck, you only have this front part, which is, you know, old truck firewalls flex, because they only have that 1 point of contact. So I need to replicate somehow 2 points of contact, because this is going to be a flex heel girl, and I've got a booster, got pedals there, and this is all going to bend way too much. So what I'm going to do, I didn't think I was going to have to do this, but I'm going to cap this. But I have no way of joining this to that area on the inside. I just won't have access. So I'm going to cap it, but before I cap it, I'm going to run some bar from there to there and from there to there. Probably going to run a couple of lengths there to there as well, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to, from the old hood mount and wiper motor mount, I'm going to triangulate those down to there, and I'm going to run them down to the chassis leg. That's going to give that strength on that side, and the same thing on that side. You can see right there we've got the hood hinge mount. I'm going to run some bar straight down, 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 down to wherever she is, the chassis leg right there. And that, I think, will give me enough strength. So I'm going to have a triangulated 2 mount there and a single bar coming down there. I think that's going to give me enough rigidity in the actual firewall itself, where I can cap it, but I don't have to join that back edge. I can just join this front edge to there. That's the theory of the day. There we go, strengthening bars and a nice flat area for this to mount onto. So the old one came up and across, so this is about 2 inches lower. Did it in several parts because I can't handle a piece of metal that big, and there's a lot of intricate bends and cuts on the back there, so that's as welded as it's going to get. So tomorrow we will end cap it, put those triangulated pieces like I said in there, and then we will really start to lower her down and put her in place. Oh, I can hear those fateful words. So I'm going to end this episode here. On the face of it, not a lot has happened, but a ton of work has gone into the actual prep. On my original orange truck, I did so much mounting of the cab that then when it came to certain fiddly places for filler panels, it was really, really difficult to bare metal it so I could weld in those filler panels. So what I did this time, because I don't know, I wanted to slow down on the build a little bit anyway, I thought I'll just focus on the details. So pretty much everything has been bare metaled. Everywhere that's going to be welded has been bare metaled, and it's given me plenty of time to plan how I'm going to do it and get my position right. So in the next couple of days, mounting is going to be happening. So that's it. It's exciting. This is the point at which big stuff happens and it all looks awesome after every day. So catch you on the next one.